everyone. Welcome into Picks and Parlays. I'm your host, Hannah Mears. You can follow me on Twitter at @HannMears for all my Mearsy minutes, or better yet, go to Picks and Parlays and find me on there. But if you're here, you're watching, you already follow along. We've got some free picks to talk about today just to help you out. And it's NHL season, okay? It's here. Get ready. We've got some NHL free picks, but first, head over to BetMGM. Our friends over there at BetMGM Sportsbook give us some awesome promos to use. You can get up to $1,000 on your first risk-free bet for all new accounts by going to BetMGM and using my promo code MearsPNP or downloading the app. Same deal. Use MearsPNP, my promo code, get up to $1,000. First risk-free bet, all new accounts. Now it's time to talk some free bets in the NHL. And to help me do that is Nick Parsons, not to be mistaken for the great Micah Parsons in the NFL dominating right now, but we've got our great Nick here, and he's going to give you his free pick in the NHL. Welcome, Nick.
Thanks, Hannah. Yeah, definitely looking forward to the NHL season. Let's go.
All right. Do you ever get mistaken for Micah Parsons?
Only the last name, but I mean,
right.
Yeah, I mean, he, as you said, he's tearing it up, and maybe we can talk about that at another time.
Yeah, I'd claim it, but we got the Toronto Maple Leafs at Montreal Canadiens. It's NHL season. It's here. What do you like in this matchup? What's your best bet for this game?
Yeah, the Maple Leafs, they kick off the season on the road. They're at the Canadiens at the Bell Center. Now, Toronto, it lost in the first round again last year to Tampa Bay in 7 games. The Leafs, they finished with a record of 54-21-7 last season. So obviously Toronto is dying to get out of the first round and make a serious run at the Cup. I actually really like Toronto this year. They definitely have the motivation behind them. Toronto, it was great on offense last season. It finished 2nd in goals per game and 7th in shots. Matthew Austin led the way with 103 points, and Mitch Marner had 97 points in 72 games. They're sort of middle of the pack in defense and goaltending. They finished 19th overall in goals against. Jack Campbell is gone, though, so they're with Matt Murray and Ilya Samsonov in net. Now, of course, Montreal, it had a very down season last year. The previous year, it made it all the way to the Stanley Cup. But the Les Habitants, they were only 22-49-11 last year. Last year, they ranked only 27th in goals per game. Nick Suzuki was one of the lone bright spots. He finished with 60 points. But I think the offense could struggle again this year, and definitely in the early going, definitely in this game, I think. Montreal's defense was even worse last year. Now, Jake Allen, he finished with a record of 9-20-4 with a 3.30 goals against. Carey Price, he missed all of last year, and he is out for the beginning of this season with a knee injury. You and I were talking a little bit before we started our this recording here, Hannah, and just that I was mentioning Montreal has had success against Toronto. But this is a case, I think, right now that was then and this is now. Toronto can't leave anything to chance because the following night it has a tough game at home against Washington. So I'm thinking that the best way to approach this one, I'm thinking that this is going to be a Toronto win, but I think it's going to win by a significant margin. So I'm going to suggest laying the 1.5 goals for the even money. So yeah, my play on this one, Hannah, is Toronto on the puck line.
I like that only because I do think it's Toronto's year. It has to be, right? They're consistently making the playoffs, but losing in the first round, but the talent is there. They've been silently building this team for the past 6 years or so. So it's got to work out eventually. They have the talent. It's there, and they've got to start out hot and fast and really get ahead of the curve here. Especially because, this is the team that if it's not the year for them to go further in the playoffs, something's going to change. So I like that one. For everybody, if you want to keep up with our guy, Nick Parsons, you can go to picksandparlays.net. Use the promo code NFL to save up to 20% off the entire site. You can get Nick's picks. You can get all of our handicappers, whoever your favorite would be, but you have to go to picksandparlays.net. Use promo code NFL to save up to 20% off the entire site. Nick, go ahead. Quickly tell us what you've got going on at Picks and Parlays to further tell everybody why they should go and follow along on our site.
Well, actually, I've started off the NHL season 1-0. I had the San Jose Sharks in the second game on the puck line, and so I come in with a little bit of momentum here. I know we're talking hockey, but I've got really hot in college football. I'm 71% with my picks over the last 3 weeks, so I'm taking that run into a big week 7 here, Hannah. You can check that out on the Insiders Room over at picksandparlays.net.
All right. Thanks so much, Nick. Appreciate your time. Don't forget, everyone, we are going Maple Leafs -1.5 on the puck line plus the money. Love that pick. Seems like a lock to me. So, Nick, thank you so much for joining.